Hello, juniors. It's Mr. Ensrud here to take you through today's CCR activity for March 15th. A few reminders to kick things off. Number one, let's see, a little over a month ago, we did the course request process so that you are ready to be a senior. If you have not completed those course requests, on one hand, you can't get back into Skyward right now to do that. However, if you reach out to your counselor right away via Schoology or email message and set up a time, in the next few days, we can still get that process wrapped up with you. If we can't get it done by the end of this week, we have to do that process for you and start selecting some classes. So if you did not finish your request, please reach out to your counselor right away. That's number one. Number two, as far as reminders, 3 weeks from today, you have what we call our Choice Ready exam, and that's where you are going to come to school and you're going to take either the ACT, the AccuPlacer, or the ASVAB. We've already selected exams. That process is done. It was done the end of February. We've got it all set up, and the reason we're reminding you today is so that you can perhaps consider getting more prepared in the next 3 weeks. You can do that in Naviance Test Prep. You can do that by a new way that we pushed out in Schoology, and that is some ACT Test Prep that'll be in V101 on Mondays and Fridays. More info in Schoology about that. And if you are interested in signing up for another ACT test date, please remember, don't sign up for the national test date on April 2nd. Remember, national test dates are the ones on Saturdays. There are a couple test dates coming in June and July. Check out the ACT website if you want more info. Next, today's main activity is based out of some input you provided really a few weeks ago when we did a paper pencil survey on what you might be thinking about for your future. We had some students ask for things like, we'd like more info on how to find a good college fit. What's the best way to do that? We want more info on the college application process. So we're going to try and get at that info here as we move towards the end of your junior year. So today, really quickly, some things to consider in looking for a great fit as far as schools. And again, this could be 2-year, 4-year, depending on what options you want to keep open. The three things that are probably more important than anything in terms of finding a school or a list of schools to start from is, does the college fit with your preferences? We'll show you a tool. Second, does the college match with your academic record? We'll talk about that as we move closer to our ACT, AccuPlacer, ASVAB date. And third, what about cost? And we will cover cost a little bit more down the road. So today, we're going back to that first step. Does the college fit with your preferences? There is an outstanding tool in Naviance under the Colleges tab on the left where it says Find Your Fit. SuperMatch College Search is the name of that tool. You'll have to remember how to get back into Naviance, which we are confident you can remember how to do. Same place you access Naviance Test Prep. Once you're back in, again, under the Colleges tab, Find Your Fit on the left, SuperMatch College Search brings you to a screen that looks just like this one. Across the top, you'll see all these different criteria. And if you're on your iPad, you'll be able to access these same categories. The way this thing works, you can search schools by location, cost, size, other criteria just to find the best fit. You do not have to fill in all the fields. So if you don't know something, you don't have to add anything. You can categorize your criteria and choose between a must-have criteria or a nice-to-have criteria. You can customize what you see. You can choose what information you want to see about schools. You can pin and favorite schools. You can compare those pinned schools, or you can look up specific schools. You'll be able to explore this once you hop in. For now, just a couple examples. Again, if you're not sure what you want, skip it as far as a criteria. But if you are sure about some things, use them. And let's use that as an example to see how this thing works. So right now, I don't have specific states that I'm looking for, but I think I might be interested in staying in the Midwest. Again, this is just for example. You might want to go far, far away. I think I need something in a big city in the Midwest. So those are the two location criteria I want to enter. Now, as soon as I start entering criteria, I'm going to start getting a list of results that are matches with the criteria I've entered so far. And you will notice right away you can start seeing academic matches in terms of what your GPA is on the right side with the average at that school. Okay? So, location, got a couple ideas. Academics, I am absolutely I have no clue what I want to major in or go into, but maybe I know what type of degree I'm after. A certificate or an associate's, those are typically found at community colleges and technical colleges, what most folks used to refer to as two-year schools. A bachelor's degree is typically a four-year process in a four-year college, whether it's public, private, liberal arts, state university, whatever it might be. Master's, doctorates, graduate certificates are those things beyond a bachelor's. All right, so for argument's sake, I'm going to select bachelor's. But like I said, I have no idea what I want for a major, so all I'm going to tell it so far, bachelor's. That's it. Let's see, admissions. Under admissions, I can enter my GPA, I can put in ACT scores, some of you already have one. You might be interested in knowing if they accept AP credit. You might want to consider their acceptance rate, or you might not have a clue, and you might want to skip it. Student life, things like specific organizations and clubs or band or other music considerations. Other things under student life, Greek life as far as fraternity or sororities, ROTC, internships. If you don't have concerns about student life, perhaps you do about diversity. Under the diversity tab, there are all kinds of different things relevant to diversity. Institution characteristics, what does that mean? Institution type, right now I'm going to keep them all wide open. I'm interested in high job placement rates because, I'd really like to get a job after I'm all done. Student body size, let's see, I want, can I select a couple? Yes, I can, large or mid-size. Then we get into things like cost. Well, then it starts to get tricky. Athletics, no. Resources, academic and career counseling, that's going to be important for me. Okay, so this is all just for example's sake, just to get a list of results. Now, you can start seeing that I got pretty specific that I don't have institutions that match 100% of my criteria, but might still be a pretty good fit based on these percentages. I can click on Y to see which things were close matches or that they have. High job placement rate was unknown. That's about it. Otherwise, everything looks pretty darn good. All right. So now it's school I'm not familiar with. Got to find out more about it. I can just click on it, and it's going to take me to a screen within Naviance that tells me all about that school. Everything from average net price, grad rate, you can learn a lot of quick facts about the school. You can use these different tabs to learn more about different areas. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, all from one search tool. You can save different searches. You can totally start over and decide, I got to clean slate this thing, start from scratch. Okay, it's your tool to use as you want. Please go in, spend some time. It's one where you can probably use too much time, but it's also a great tool to find schools that match what you individually are looking for, the things that are important to you, which is such a huge part of finding the right school on the front end. So, have at it, take advantage of the tool, and good luck. Let your counselor know, let your CCR teacher know if you've got any questions. Have a good one.